WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. We are positively into these hot, sweltering summer months, which is why you probably need to come cool off with me, get inside. We're doing the Maryland Crab Cake Tour this week. We're skipping next week because it's my anniversary week. It's my mother's birthday, so we're going to hang out a little bit. We are going to be with Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Gina Schock this week at the Beaumont. I don't know if we're going to have the $1 billion prize by then, but we do have Maryland scratch-offs, Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. We had a $100 winner last week over at Coco's. We had a great show last week at Coco's with Senator Corey McRae, Dave Sheinin, Rasig, talked about the neighborhood in Lauraville. Coco's is now a sponsor of ours, so we're going to go down and eat their cheeseburgers. I had Marcel on. But a $100 winner last week. We've got $1 billion in one pot. We've got $750 million in the other pot. At some point, my wife's wondering what she needs to do to win this money. And I'm here with John Martin, Executive Director of the Maryland Lottery, who is extra caffeinated on the Royal Farms this morning because, we've got $1 million winners in this state. We still have the big pot up. The home run riches are coming. The Orioles have been winning, not so much against the Dodgers, but they've been winning and hitting some home runs. How are you? You're up late, up early when this gets to be $1 billion. Like all the John Martins in the 50 states, you guys are all. This is a big deal for every lottery in America, right?
Let me jump just in and clarify for editorial purposes. There was only one John Martin, and you've got him
in purple.
And he in purple, and he has been drinking out of the regular pot today, not the decaf pot, because
you're giving money away.
News.
Is what you're
doing.
We
have breaking news.
Go ahead.
As you've correctly identified, Powerball jackpot, $1 billion tonight as we speak, $1 billion tonight. But the real breaking news is the Mega Millions drawing last night. Here in the state of Maryland, we had not one but two millionaires.
Hold on, my wife is holding tickets. Is this possible? I mean, seriously,
it's possible. Seriously, these people may not even know they won. So,
do you know where the tickets were sold?
Of course I do. That's my job. Do you have one of those breaking news sounders like?
Well, you know, when I was in high school, I took a journalism class and we did this thing. We actually used Baba O'Reilly from The Who. So if you can think of the beginning of Baba O'Reilly, like being the news, beginning of that. So yeah, I'll do the Wayne's World. I can do that.
Yes, we have now reached new heights. We're doing Darth.
Explain how this works. Nobody's hit the billion. But underneath of the billion, if you have matching numbers and match the Powerball the right way, you get $1 million, just $1 million. That's all, right? Nothing to brag about.
Yeah. Let's get it redirected here. Mega Millions last night. The prize was 640. There were no winners, so Friday's drawing $720 million. So let's go through the vitals on that. Friday, if there is a winner, cash option, $369.6 million. Net after taxes, about $247 million. The math isn't dry on this yet.
I could get to Willay on that. I swear I could spend a lot of time on Willay on that. Kind of yes.
And if that lucky winner is a Marylander, and we hope that he or she is, $33 million into Governor Moore's budget. So
if the person bought the ticket from Delaware, Virginia, on a bender, that person collects the money in a different state. Is that correct?
Absolutely. You must go back to the state of purchase.
State of purchase, not state of residency.
Correct. So
like Luke Jones lives in Pennsylvania, as an example. He lives in Shrewsbury, has a Pennsylvania license plate, all of that. He's in Baltimore today, going to the Oriole game. He can buy a ticket. What happens if he wins?
If he wins in Maryland, we welcome here with open arms.
Well, he's got a Maryland ticket, right?
Right.
But he lives in Shrewsbury. What happens?
I don't care. He bought. Actually, I hope he goes to the Amish market while he's in Shrewsbury. Lovely little place.
In Ocean City.
nice to stop there. But we've got horribly off the rails here. But the breaking news item: not one but two Mega Million winners last night, which means, Nestor, going back to your question, that they got 5 of 5 of the white balls that were drawn, but did not get the Mega Ball.
The Mega Ball. Okay.
And just to put that in perspective, you have numbers from 1 to 70. Of which you select 5 numbers, and then the Mega Ball is a number from 1 to 25. So 2 people won 5 of 5. They won $1 million prize. One of those 2 had the foresight to play an additional $1 and get the Mega Plier, which is a random multiplier for each drawing, which multiplies all the prizes below the jackpot. So it doesn't multiply the 640 million. but all the other prizes. And the multiplier last night was 4. So 4 times a million. Don't take your shoes and socks off on this one, Nestor. 4 times a million, $4 million. So one lucky winner. Purchase a ticket in Catonsville. Go through your Catonsville Rolodex.
I'm going to be in Catonsville tomorrow. I might know this person.
It's possible. He or
I'm
she
at the
has not made
Beaumont this
themselves.
weekend. So Catonsville's lucky is what you're telling me.
Catonsville winner, $1 million purchased at the National Pike Fuel in Catonsville. But the big winner last night was a Baltimore City location.
Oh, hold on. That's somebody I might know this person. Go ahead.
So again, $1 million winner bought the Megaplier.
So this
times
is
4.
Both of these are 4s, or right?
The first one in Catonsville was $1 million. They did not
person's really going to feel bad.
Well, they are, especially when they realize that if they had put another buck into the game there, they would have had $4 million. And that lucky person purchased their ticket at the lobby shop in beautiful downtown Baltimore. So very local, Catonsville and Baltimore City, 2 winners, but of course they could have come from any place. Excuse me. I get a little emotional.
That's all right. It's fine.
Money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're giving it away.
Oh.
You can't keep it anyway. So, I mean,
no.
it's
no.
It's not yours to keep. It's not like Wheel of Fortune.
Hey, he's looking for a gig.
Oh, well,
and he's right around the corner.
He could pay out the lottery from what I've seen.
He could run his own lottery.
I think he doesn't need the multiplier.
No, he doesn't.
So we've got let's clarify here.
Yep.
Mega Millions, and 36 wasn't one of the numbers. The 37 was. So 36 is my lucky number. So the Mega Ball was 18. The big prize is now 720, but here in Maryland for Mega Millions, if you played on Tuesday, if you played it, give me the places again now. The Catonsville was the
Catonsville's National Pike Fuel.
Okay, and then the Baltimore was
lobby shop.
Lobby shop. I gotta Google these places, find out where they are, find out what lucky I hope they're Baltimore people. I mean,
we hope.
Baltimore and Catonsville, right?
We hope, but again, I mean, these are for the most part anonymous purchases. We don't know where these people have come from, but when they show up here,
okay. So hold on a second. There's a 4 million and a 1 million, and they're walking the streets. They may or may not know. I can tell you now, John. This is like, it's not my wife. She did not. She bought it. She bought it to Royal Farms on Providence. I mean, so I know.
Yes,
I know my wife didn't win the big. That's fine. I mean, but I'm hoping it's a friend. So this person now has a ticket that's not unlike these instant lottery scratch offs, although it's not an instant lottery. And they have the ticket, and they're like, I think I won. They went to mdlottery.com where I'm looking at 19, 22, 31, 37, 54. I got all the numbers. And they're like, okay, I bought them. I won $4 million. Now, what do they do? Do they
first thing they should do?
Switchboard? What do they do?
No. First of all, there is no switchboard anymore. You're showing your age. But the first thing they should do is sign that ticket. Put their name on the back of the ticket. There's plenty of room there for them to sign the ticket. Then they should secure that ticket, whether it's on their person. Believe me, there's some weird stories on how people secure tickets, but and then they have 182 days from last night's drawing.
Weird, dude. I would run that thing to you just to say, I won. I'll figure it out. I'll get a money guy. Don't write me a check today. I don't want my picture taken. I don't want to be, but I would run that ticket to you. I just, that's where I would be on it. Right?
Which is why your wife buys the tickets and you don't, because she,
I would be afraid. Where am I securing a $4 million ticket that I feel?
Well, don't
really
tell me.
about?
That's the whole idea. That's the secure part of it. You don't come out on your
I'm going to
show.
Secure it. I know Roz. I'm
is.
calling Roz. I'm calling somebody and saying, take this thing. I'm going to drop it like it's hot, like Snoop. I'd be like, bring it to you. It's $4 million. I'd be scared to death to touch it.
Well, yeah, but whatever don't put it in the freezer. Don't put it next to the.
I was afraid of touching a Cal Ripken rookie car because it was worth $100. But you know what I mean? Like, by the way, we had a $100 winner, and I want to show you this picture because we do this every week. This is our $100 winner from Coco's. This young lady came up and yelled at me, and she's like, "I won $100," and I'm like, "I'm going to put you on the internet." So we took pictures. So Coco's, that was a really lucky batch. I don't know where Roz got this batch, couple months, but I'm getting low on these. My 25th anniversary is at Costas on the 3rd. John, are we going to give this $1 billion away between now and
you know what?
August 3rd?
That is burdensome. It's weighing heavily on my small brain. But I'll tell you what the fun part is. The all-time record Powerball jackpot, which was not that long ago. I have it here somewhere on my desk. $2 billion. We're not even halfway there.
Okay.
2.04 was the all-time winner. It was in California, and I want to say it was November. So I'm going to say that. One moment, please. Yeah, November of 22, not even a year ago. So we're not even halfway there. Now, the funny part is we count these things in terms of how many rolls does it take. And that was the $2 billion plus jackpot was on the 41st roll.
Where are we right now with Powerball?
We're about 38 or 39. So we're just about there. So look at how we're right almost there, but we're half the total. And the reason for that, quite frankly, is the Mega Millions. This is the third time in history that both games have been over $500 million at the same time.
Have they both ever been over $1 billion?
No.
Wow. So how many more rolls will it take Mega Millions in the sevens to get to? So if there's 2 more megas and nobody hits Powerball next week, we would be looking at one being $1 billion and the other one getting up on 2, correct?
Yeah, they probably won't grow that quickly because again, they tend to compete when you've got that amount of play in the marketplace. And that's because people do the right thing. They're playing responsibly. They know that they only need one ticket to win. No one should be running out there putting, an inordinate amount of money on games that have roughly 292 to 1 and million and 302 million to 1 odds on the top prize. Enjoy
the math on this.
Yeah.
Now they're different. The odds are different on both games.
The odds are different because the matrix is a little different.
Okay.
And that's the science that goes into it. But it's fun to dream. It's fun to play with friends or coworkers and pool your resources together. That's always a good thing to do when these jackpots get this high. But some of the numbers are staggering. If someone were to win the $1 billion tonight, that's a cash option of $516.8 million, net after tax $346.5 million. And again, if that lucky person, he or she happens to be a Marylander, that's over $46 million to the
you know what I do with it right now because I'm in the mood.
You'd run to it. You'd either put in the freezer or
I'd waste it on a minor league hockey team, bring hockey back to Baltimore. I think that's what I would. I'm just dreaming today. You're letting me dream, so let me dream a little bit.
You're a person of the people, Nestor. You have everyone's best interest at heart.
Oh, I'd have an AM radio station for sale. I promise you that.
That's true.
John Martin is here. He is the executive director of all things Maryland Lottery and Gaming. We're going to see John next month. We're going to be down at Mako Broadcasting with a lot of folks in Ocean City. Next month's really busy. It's our 25th anniversary. We're going to be at Costas on the 3rd. We're going to be at Drug City on the 4th. We've already started lining up incredible guests. Johnny O is going to be joining us over at Drug City to honor 25 years of a Baltimore County company here doing things. You guys are doing more than just jackpots, though, right? So, like, every night, the Orioles, the Home Run Riches is there. There's just money to be made on that. But you're rolling out scratch-offs, doing all this. But, boy, there's no oxygen when my wife can win $1 billion tonight, right? Like, people think of the lottery, and it's fun to win $100 if you're at Coco's last week. But I would think the energy in your building gets different when it's $1 billion and $750 million on the other side.
Oh, absolutely does. And again, we have winners come in these offices every day, and they don't come in looking, to cash $1 billion winner. Now, there are people who win on scratch-off tickets, who win on our fast play tickets, and they're great stories. And you can all go to mdlottery.com and look at some of the winner stories. And for the most part, they're feel-good stories. And let me just share one of them with you, if I may.
Sure.
A young man, a college student. And let's see if he's got his picture holding his ceremonial check. He won $30,000 on a scratch-off ticket, and he is going to take that. I happen to
have that right here, by the way. So
there you go.
There he is. All right.
There you go. And he's looking to put that money towards his college education. So that's the kind of story you like to hear. People who have played responsibly, won a fair amount of money, and again, going to be able then to help themselves and further their education. And that's clearly when it works well.
John Martin is here. We're watching baseball every night. I know you've been watching baseball despite the Guardians at this point. Boy, Orioles.
Hang on. Don't give me one of these despite the Guardians. As a matter of fact, I wish my furry little friend Seth Elkin were here, because for some of you who don't track this, the Cleveland Guardians visited the Pittsburgh Pirates this week, and Monday night game 11-0. Last night's game 10 to 1. For
Yeah,
those
the
of you
Orioles have
keeping
been
score,
struggling the last couple of days too, so that's why I'm not talking about the Orioles right now.
Yeah, that's 21 to 1. I mean, if all the Pirates can do is get 3 touchdowns today at the and they're back in it.
You Clevelander people, as much as the Baltimore Cleveland thing happened with the Browns, the Cleveland Pittsburgh thing, they never play in baseball, right? So like it's like Baltimore and Philadelphia in baseball forever. We never played, right?
Yeah.
Baltimore and Washington, we've been playing lately because like it's new. But interleague play gives you a chance to get after some Pittsburgh people and get after some Cincinnati people, quite frankly, too, right?
Yeah, although that kid in Cincinnati he is something else.
Well, that's the thing about baseball and this city, right? We've seen a lot of people at the ballpark this week, right? They're doing giveaways.
Oh, yeah. Great.
All that.
Actually, we were there last night.
Okay.
We were there last night with our spin the wheel and had a lot of fun at the game. Great game.
Well, a lot of Dodgers fans in this week and whatnot, but the Dodgers never come here. So I had a friend who's like, I didn't know the Dodgers traveled this well. I'm like, they played here 3 times ever. And they play down in D.C. all the time, but a lot of people, Camden Yards is still like an incredible draw for that sort of thing. The Reds fans traveled well when they came in here a couple of weeks ago, and I always think of like 1970 and Sparky Anderson and Lee May and Brooks Robinson and all that, but we're getting used to this interleague play thing. But the Cincinnati story, the Baltimore story this year for what the franchises can be. And look, the lottery's been with the Orioles forever and ever. Some years there's a lot of people, some years there's not. Some years we lose 100 games. But the years when it's good, and it's been too rare around here for 30 years, this is a lot of fun. I mean, along my timeline for everybody, Luke even said this week, he's like, I haven't talked about the Ravens in like 2 weeks, which has never happened in 25 years. And they'll be back next week. But baseball has filled a spot in the city's soul in a big, big way. It really has.
Well, and I would remind all the folks who are still with us here on the broadcast that our home run riches. We had a great time earlier in the year when a lucky fan, Barbara, our lucky fan, won $50,000. We will have a second $50,000 winner. So those folks who figure, well, gee, that's over. No, it ain't. In those immortal words, it ain't over until it's over. Especially in baseball. We have opportunities for you. The last drawing the deadline is August 28th. So you still have over a month to get your tickets into the pool, if you will. And when we draw on August 28th, we are drawing for the remainder of the regular season. So we'll have all 162 games covered. And then we will pick a 163rd contestant who will be that second $50,000 winner. So a lot of fun. It's not going to be contingent on someone hitting a home run. It's just people who have been in all along. These are cumulative entries. If you've been in from day one, you're still in it, but you still have time to get another month or 6 weeks to get into that pool, and someone else is going to win, guaranteed $50,000.
Well, I want to be the one that's on game 161 when Colton Cowser hits the 3-run home run that clinches the American League East for the Orioles. What do you think?
Who are they playing the last? Who are they playing the last?
You know what's really weird is the scheduling. All my life, we played all the American League East.
Yeah, right.
That's over with. I mean, we're on the West Coast in August and in September. It's crazy. I mean, it's not that sort of run up the way it used to be. I mean, in the old days, we'd be playing the last place Yankees or the 4th place Red Sox, which is what we have going. It is weird seeing the Yankees in last place, John. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's, don't get too used to it because that stuff can happen. Although
first time in 32 years, first time since 1990, the Yankees are in last place. That's an amazing thing, right?
Nice. Well, at least we can agree on that. Hey, you know what else is coming up? And I think you teased a little bit before. We are going to be at Ravens training camp. I mean, we try to get out and about, especially this time of year. So that event,
it's hot out there, by the way. Tell them to wear SPF.
Yeah, July 29th, we will be at the actually it's at M&T Bank Stadium.
Ravens scratch-offs this year, traditional.
Yeah. We should be announcing those pretty soon.
Tickets for life. Take me on a trip somewhere, all the fun stuff, right?
All the fun stuff. So stay tuned. That'll be coming your way. But then we also have plenty of baseball. We will actually be back. We talked about being at the Dodgers game yesterday. We will be actually back on August 4th when Buck, if he's still there, when Buck brings the Mets into town.
But by the way, I can get into sports wagering with you, and we'll be doing that a lot in a couple of weeks, I have a feeling. Yeah. But I get numbers from like this guy, Jimmy, who sends me like what's going on. And
sure, his name is Jimmy. Sure.
Jimmy's from Philadelphia too. But he lives in Seattle.
Better, it's better.
Story.
Go ahead.
But Jimmy sends me these numbers, and it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I saw it was right at the top. Manager most likely to get fired. Buck Showalter was 3 or 4 to 1. It was great, and I'm thinking, man, how times change. Poor Buck, I mean, and now you're cheap shotting him, coming in after me. I hope he's still here.
I hope he is, because I like Buck. I mean,
this is
I've never met
amazing
the
when you
man.
spend all of this money and then you don't win.
Yeah.
And then the Orioles and the Reds, right, this year have this amazing thing happen for them and their fans. It's awesome.
Well,
that's what makes sports great. It really
just
does.
thank goodness that the New York fan base is so forgiving and open and embring.
Well, especially the Yankees
heroes.
fans that already didn't like Buck since Seinfeld, I would say, So,
right.
Well, we'll see you guys back down at the ball. Am I missing anything here other than Maryland Crab Cake Tour and your 50th, my 25th? By the way, your 50th has really inspired my 25th. We're going to be releasing the top 25 moments in the history of WNST between now and, let's say, Super Bowl. We're going to do one a week because I learned from you that
did I make the cut?
The list is not official yet.
Okay.
You're in the running. You're in the running. You're in the running.
Tell me I'm 26 if you have to. Let me down easy.
I'll let you know if you're an honorable mention. I'm trying to John, this is amazing. I just want to tell you this as a sponsor and somebody who's known me through, work in Baltimore and like all that. There are so many things that we've done in 25 years as a little AM radio station and web that people have forgotten about, but people will remember because they were a part of it. We had 12,000 people march up Poydras the day of the Ravens games. We started a march. We had Free the Birds. We had Whiskey Joe's 22 years ago with 5,000 people on a pier in Tampa before we won the first Super Bowl. Then we came back and marched the Lombardi Trophy down Harford Road with David Modell and Brian Bell. We've done crazy things around here. That I want to let everybody know that they've been a part of, that I wanted to share their pictures. At Costas on the 3rd, I'm bringing all my old Get Nasty shirts, all my old newsletters, all my old pictures. We got Purple Rain 1, Purple Rain. We're giving away the store, kind of like Maryland Lottery does some days. We're giving away things on the 3rd and 4th. So I want to invite you and everybody from Maryland Lottery, come on over to Costas or Drug City, 2 places that you know well, where you sell a lot of lottery tickets, but it's going to be a great celebration. And I really was inspired by what you guys did for 50th, because it wasn't like a one-day thing. I mean, you guys used 6 months to talk about.
There's a lot. Yes, there's a lot of stuff you need. Yeah.
You've done 25 or 50 years. You should spike the ball a little bit, like you guys have been doing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you got to tell the story because no one else knows it as well as you do. But that's.
I would say I'm not giving away 50,000, but I am giving away scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery. It cost so I did have a $100 winner. So you can't
top prize on that ticket is $10,000. You could be giving away $10,000. It's possible.
I tell people that too. I'm like, you might win 10 grand, but you might win 100. And then some people come up and they're like, well, I won 2, I won 5, and sometimes they win 10 or 20. People love to win, and I think that's probably the most fun of your job is seeing these people come in. Your phone's gonna ring. I'm saying that even though you don't have a switchboard, even though you do look a little bit like I look like a switchboard operator, that literally you have a $4 million and a $1 million thing that's floating around this city as of this morning, and that they're going to come find you at some point soon. They're going to come find you, right?
Well, we hope they do. That'd be an expensive oops if they don't. No, we look forward. We are standing to use the analogy. Operators are standing by,
ready to give you that money.
Exactly.
John, I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to getting you back in here next week as we come up on our 25th anniversary. It's still the 50th anniversary. I still have a handful of these to give away. We're going to be doing that at the Beaumont in Catonsville, where we had a $1 million winner that didn't hit the multiplier, but don't tell them that. They'll be happy with the $1 million. We'll be out this week at the Beaumont with rock and roll Hall of Famer Gina Shock of Dundalk in Catonsville, right next to Bill's Music. We're going to be out talking about her band, the House of Shock, that I somehow unwittingly Simon Cowled. I helped put a rock and roll band together, John. It's going to be on the show next week, I promise you. But take care this week. Towel off. Get some decaf. Listen, I know you might give away $1 billion tonight, right? Like literally, That's why you're all geeked up. Tonight, the phone might ring, John, we got a winner in Lonaconing. We got a winner in Salisbury. We got a winner in Ocean City, Ocean Pines, whatever it is. Like that is really, you're really looking forward to that, right? Like if that happened, like that'd be a big deal for you.
From Oakland to Ocean City, wherever and any place in between, we will be there ready.
All right. I'll buy crab cakes for the winner if it's a Marylander, all right?
Good deal.
Right. John Martin, Executive Director of all things Maryland Lottery and Gaming, reminding all of you, as I see every night in these baseball games where it's bet, 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 please bet responsibly. Please know your limits. Please do all the things that these ads tell you to do, because it's all new here and it can be a lot of fun. And we just made it fun for 25 minutes. Just do it responsibly. I'm Nestor. We'll see you out on the Maryland Crab Cake Tour this week at the Beaumont and celebrating 25 years. Can't get to 50 yet, although we can dream a little bit. I am Nestor. We are WNST AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We never stop talking Baltimore. Positive.